Hi, I'm Ben.
And I'm Emma.
And we're Spark Technicians.
Today we're going to demonstrate how to put up a basic lighting rig in an unconventional space. When we first entered this unconventional space, we could see that it was a black box classroom in Middlesbrough College. We then had to decide whether we wanted to produce a performance in the round, promenade, thrust or proscenium style. For this demonstration, we set up for proscenium performance. Following this, we then had to find all of the possible health and safety risks in the venue before we could continue with our get-in. When we were satisfied with our checks, we could then begin to look at the best areas to position the lighting T-bars and the desk for the performance. We had to locate power sockets and supplies around the room before we began the get-in. We then brought in the lighting T-bar and stand. We had decided to position these bars behind the seating areas as this would be a good distance between the stage and the lights and would also keep the wires and electrics away from the audience. When setting up a lighting T-bar, you begin by opening out the legs and heightening the pole to the correct level for your production. Once the legs are safely in position, ensure the Tommy screw is tightened and cannot readjust. Next, you need to adjust the T-bar onto the top of the base using a secure clamp. To put the T-bar onto the top of the stand, you need to get a safe pair of ladders, as attempting to reach the top may result in injury. Once you've climbed to the top of the ladders, slot the centre of the T-bar into the clamp and secure this tightly using the screws provided. Once you are satisfied with the position and safety of the T-bar, then you can step safely off the ladders.
Always remember to have sound footing the other side of the ladder.
The next stage of the process is to hang the lights onto the T-bar. When selecting which lights to hang onto the T-bar, it is important to understand what kind of effect each lantern will produce. This halogen lamp Fresnel will be effective to use in small-scale productions as it creates a basic colour wash, and the barn doors will allow adjustment to the angles of light. Before hanging a lantern, you need to ensure it has a stamp to show it has been pat tested, as well as having a fully working safety chain and clamp. Once you are satisfied with your choice of lantern, you may then proceed to hang this onto the T-bar. The first stage of hanging a lantern onto a bar is to securely put the safety clamp onto the T-bar. Fasten this at the screw at the back until it is tight and will not move. The next step is to unclamp the safety chain and wrap this around the T-bar. Then fasten the safety chain and ensure this is securely in place.
This is the 088 Alpha Pack 2 dimmer rack. It contains 3 dimmer faders to operate the different lighting options. It also has a 13 amp plug socket which can plug into the mains of most buildings, as well as a safety chain which can be used to hang it from T-bars and other places.
All lighting requires round pin sockets, and this dimmer rack contains 3 15 amp sockets for us to plug our lanterns into. Now you can proceed to add the final few lanterns onto the T-bar. You do this by using the same procedure as before, by opening the safety clamp, ensure that it is tightened around the T-bar, and then adding the safety chain. Always ensure that there is enough space between each lantern on the T-bar, so that each lantern can be focused accurately.
When fitting a gel into lantern, you must first cut the gel to fit the appropriate gel holder for the lantern. Then you need to fit the gel securely to the front of the lantern so that it is safe and will not fall during the performance.
Ensure the gel holder is firmly in place before continuing with your focus.
TRS cabling will be needed if the dimmer rack is to be placed far away from the lanterns themselves. Any loose TRS needs to be coiled and placed into a position away from any audience members or performers so that they do not fall and hurt themselves. Any hanging TRS near the T-bar needs to be taped to the bar so that it is not hanging and in danger of catching anybody, and that the T-bar looks neat and professional. When focusing in any venue, the loosening of the screw found on the side of most lanterns will allow you to adjust the tilt, as well as shuttering the barn doors to get a more accurate focus to the lighting state. Make sure after the focus is set to tighten any screws so that focus does not drop during a performance.
Once all the lanterns have been focused accurately, you can then begin to create your lighting design. This shows how you can use 3 lanterns on one T-bar to create an efficient and effective lighting design in an unconventional space. Thank you for watching our video demonstration. We have been Spark Technicians. If you have any queries or comments regarding our film, please do not hesitate to put them in the comments box below. Thank you.